Hey, what's up everyone, it's your girl Brain Shanae, and today I'm coming at you with another book review, and I'm really excited to share with you this book. This book is going to be coming out July 29th, so you still have time to pre-order it. You still have time to request it from your local library. There is time. This book was a instant 5 out of 5 stars for me. Like, I really enjoyed this book. It was fast paced, and I think everyone will love it as well. And also, if you've watched Sinners, or if you plan on watching Sinners and you want a book that has a similarity to it, this book right here that I'm about to share with you all is definitely a recommendation that I think you should check out. So the book that I'm speaking of is Blood Slaves by Markus Redmond. Once again, this book comes out July 29th. So pre-order or request from your local library. So let's get into this book review. So this is a Black horror supernatural book where it's historical fiction, you know, and of course you're wondering, I'm like, okay, like if you're asking, is there going to be vampires in it? Hell yeah, there's going to be Black vampires up in here in this book, and it will not disappoint you. This book is set in 1710, but before that we get a little snippet of Rafazi, who is from the Romangan tribe from Africa, and it's a vampire tribe as well. So you're probably trying to figure out how does the vampires come in play? Well, let me tell you, Rafazi is one of the main characters that you will be introduced to from the very beginning of this book. Now, mind you, when you read this book is not about slavery. This book is about a slave in particular, okay? Once again, this is historical fiction. This is Black horror. So just keep that in mind. Now, this book is not for the faint heart. There is going to be moments where there may be times where you need to put down the book, which I had done that too, because it can be very difficult to read. But the thing with this particular book, and it's a Black horror, this is dealing with the trauma, the injustice of people, enslaved people during time of slavery in America. So just keep that in mind. This is Black horror. So it's going to be times where it's going to be hard to read. But then again, I'm going to say this is history. This is something that has happened in the United States. And honestly, I feel like it has to, people need to know that. It needs to be in books. It constantly has to be talked about, because this is a history that can't be ignored. It can't be sugar-coated whatsoever, because it really happened. And so once again, this book is taking place in the year 1710 in the province of Carolina. It's mostly taking place on a plantation called the Borough Plantation. The master's name is Big Jim. And we have a lot of characters that we follow, but it may be a handful, but I feel like they all have a prominent role to play. And so within this book, once again, I tell you that it's located on a plantation. We meet Willie, who's another prominent main character within this book. And he has his woman. He has Gertie, the love of his life. Let's put it that way, the love of his life, Gertie. And he wants the best for her. He wants her to live a free life with no trouble of wondering what's going to happen the next day, or what the master or his overseers are going to do to her, or what have you. And so he's thinking about the future. He's thinking about Gertie, and Gertie alone, and also the future of the people that he loves and cherishes and cares about. And so there was a decision that he had made. Now, did Gertie necessarily like it? No. Which, me and her, I'm like, girl, you better stop. So I had my moments. Moments with Gertie, but she cool. She came around closer to the end of the book, which I'm glad and I'm happy for. And so Willie made this decision that he couldn't take it anymore, of this treatment that Gertie was receiving as well, and his people. And so soon one day he meets Rafazi, who's known by another name. I don't want to give out too many spoilers. This is pretty much going to be spoiler free, pretty much. I just want to give you a gist of what this book is about. And so he meets Rafazi, and there's decisions that are being made. And that's when this whole uprising and rebellion takes place. And also it mentions about the indigenous people and how their land was stolen, which I love how that is represented in this book. I love that is brought up in this book, because once again, that is true. That's true when it comes in history. It is true that for indigenous people, their land was taken from them. So once again, I really appreciate that was included within the story as well, and that it was acknowledged. And so when I read this book, I was on an emotional roller coaster. I didn't know what to expect, but I loved it. I loved it so much. I loved, like, once again, I tell you, there was moments where it was hard to read, but then again, I faced it to the reality of like, this really happened to people. It happened. And it's something that cannot be ignored. It cannot be something to gloss over. You know what I mean? It has to be acknowledged. And with what Markus Redmond has done with this book, it's truly phenomenal and is a must read. Once again, I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. Like, this book is something that I think everyone needs to pick up. When I finished this book, like, I thought of another series of Tanana Redo, of her African Immortal series, which is another good one that I feel like gives you more of an example if you read the African Immortal series by Tanana Redo. And so when I say that Blood Slaves is also like with the African Immortal series, I truly mean it. 5 out of 5 stars, y'all. 5 out of 5 stars. There was moments where I was in tears because I was thinking about my own ancestry and stuff of what had occurred during the time of slavery and just all the treatment they received. I think about the colorism that also had taken place, and that still is a huge issue within the Black community in itself that I think we still have to overcome. There are also moments of where during slavery, there are people that worked on the fields and also worked in the house, which provided this divide. And then it also brings up like religion and how they would take them to church and tell them like they are in the wrong or whatever, and they are sinners and whatnot, and it's a privilege to join our church. And I was just looking at the hypocrisy of it all. And so, once again, this is a book that I think everyone will read and will enjoy, and I feel like you should definitely pick it up if you whenever you get to. But once again, it's not out yet. It comes out July 29th, but you still have time. I'm going to keep saying it, to pre-order or request it from your local library or support an indie bookstore, what have you. But I promise you, this book will not disappoint you. This book is fast paced. There's something always happening. And this is a page turner. There was moments where I'm like, dang, I got to go to work. And I was up around maybe 4 or 5 in the morning, and I'm like, oh, wow. I'm like, okay, I need to go to bed. And honestly, I didn't want to put the book down, but I had to due to work. If I was off a couple of days, I probably would have finished it in one sitting, because it's really that good. And I don't want people to miss out on this phenomenal book. It's so freaking good. And as a kid, like, I've been like, when I was a kid and to even now, I'm still obsessed with vampires. Like, I think my first vampire movie was the one Vampire in Brooklyn, I believe, with Angela Bassett and Eddie Murphy. And then also Blade with Wesley Snipes. And just seeing them, like, dang, Black vampires. I love that. I love this vibe. And that's what you're going to get from this book. You're going to get people people with a vengeance, people out for blood, people who want revenge for the treatment that they were receiving. Like, the end, I was like, yes, okay? Like, I was here for it. I was here for it. And to be honest, this book gives you perspective of what's occurring in today's society. And not necessarily about slavery, but about how people are constantly are not getting any type of justice. And people are just being just not treated fairly whatsoever, and how you treat people and how you should treat people. I feel like people forget of how to treat people, that they are human beings. But of course, back then during slavery, they didn't treat them like they were human beings. They treated them like they were cattle, like they were animals. And you will see that in the pages when you read it. So just be mindful of that. So there are some trigger warnings and some trigger content within this book. I'm going to say that straight up. There are some content warnings within this book that you should just be aware of as well. And also, here's a little synopsis, a little snippet of what it's about, just in case if I didn't do any justice. But it says, what if a mystifying revolt precluded the Civil War and changed history as we know it. The vampire origin story is brilliantly reimagined in this terrifying novel of ancient lore, starting revenge and immortal emancipation in 18th century America. And like I said, this is in the province of Carolina during the year of 1710. Man, okay. I'm obsessed with this book. I'm just going to say it. I'm truly obsessed with this book. I love it hands down. Markus Redmond, if you're watching this, I cannot wait to read more of your works. Your writing is phenomenal. It's fantastic. I enjoyed this book. And I'm looking forward to seeing other people read this and to review this book, and to, like, I'm ready to have a conversation with the people that have read it already. Like, I am ready, but I will wait patiently for when your book is published so that I can have these conversations with people that have read it and just talk about it, have conversations. And I feel like this book is so powerful that conversations will come around and we just have a talk about it, our thoughts about things, about the characters, about Willie's actions, about Willie and Gertie, and how their relationship was up and down due to people's decisions, right? Like, I'm here for it. But also, I love that moment of when Willie really felt empowered and took something back that was taken from him. I'm not going to say what it is, but if y'all want to know what it is, what he had taken back that was rightfully his to begin with, but was taken from him because he was enslaved, y'all gotta read it. So pre-order it or request it from your local library. But I'm not gonna say nothing else. Y'all gotta read it to figure out what I'm talking about. I'm not here to spoil the book. I want you to have an experience when you read this book, because I surely did. And this is a book that I will definitely read again. 100%. This is going to be a book where once it's out, I intend to buy it and give it to someone, and so that we can have a conversation about it. And if they want to pass it along, they can do so, because I really love this book, y'all. I truly do. And it's something that, like I said, everyone should pick up. But I don't want to provide any spoilers. I want you all to read it and see for yourselves how great this book is, how the writing is great, how this is a page turner, how there are moments where you have to put the book down because it has you emotional and whatnot. But that, I feel like that is like the main thing. Like, one of the things like Markus wants you to feel. He wants you to have these emotional attachments with these main characters that I've grown to love and care for. But that is it, y'all. I really hope you enjoyed this book review. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell to be notified when I upload more videos in the future. But once again, thank you all so much for watching. And I really hope that you pre-order this book or request it from your local library, because you don't want to miss out on it. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night. Catch y'all later. See ya.